I told you guys that I'd be back, so we have another leak for Sonic Frontiers, and this one, again, is also official. I'm trying to make sure that I can back up these leaks somewhat so that they're actually relevant and not just, like, random. And this one comes straight from the source, the Sonic Frontiers website. So Sega haven't cleaned up the website properly, and they've accidentally left stuff in there for us to look over. While nothing concrete has been, like, officially shown, for example, there is, like, data that suggests what they're going to show in the near future. So I want to thank the user OneCon. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that like garbage, but they discovered this using the CSS of the website itself, and they found a bunch of interesting things. So the first thing that they found was a subscription to a newsletter for the name Sonic Rangers. So just in case people still didn't believe that Sonic Rangers was the name of the game, here you go, you could officially subscribe to it. The link still works, so you can technically still do it. But that's not really the interesting thing. The interesting thing is the next thing that they found, and they found a section where they're gonna reveal new characters. Now that is interesting. So I guess that confirms that this game does in fact have new characters. I doubt this section would only be for old characters. I do think that, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog, they would have a section for Sonic and they would show his render and a little description of the character. That makes sense, but it's also highly likely that we're getting new characters in this. Because I think for other websites for Sonic, when they showed the characters, they showed like the different playable characters, so they were significant. So they're gonna have to show characters here that are significant to the game and to the story. And Sonic's friends are significant, but it's sounding like maybe, since Sonic has to save them, they might not be a significant part of the story, it's just you have to save them. So I imagine they're gonna show like the actual relevant characters like the Ghost Girl, like the AI, the AI and the Ghost Girl could be one and the same. They probably show Dr. Eggman, and they'll probably show the big bad villain, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be Eggman this time, which thank God, thank the Lord, I do not want another comedic Eggman villain story. So, that's very interesting indeed. Sadly, we don't, again, have actual images of what the characters are. They seem to be blocked, they're hidden. So I guess we know that possibly Sega is going to show new information through this. Possibly before showing the new gameplay itself. They might just start showing off like renders. And I really hope this is the case if it's sooner than the gameplay, for example. So let's say like every month they'll show like a new character. Keep it flowing, keep the marketing flowing, constantly have this game in the public's eye, always. That's what they need to do. Thanks to that trailer we've had now, marketing has officially started. We thought that with the original teaser trailer, but that literally showed nothing. This one actually showed in-engine footage, and it was at the Game Awards. So the marketing has officially begun, and we're a year off, so they better keep this game in the public's eyes until the game releases. That's not to say that I want new information every day, but I think at least something new every month, and it doesn't have to be gameplay for like the first couple months, but it just could be new character renders, new screenshots, anything. That will suffice up until, let's say, March, when they have the South by Southwest presentation that like is going to happen. So that's what I would suggest, and that's what I think they're going to do. So that's good. The last thing that we have is retaining to the Ghost Girl character. So this one's also shaky because I don't quite know what the tweet itself is saying. Basically, the tweet says, next is purchase selector, and here's hidden images with names purchase background.jpg and status Sophia.png. And then they go and say Sophia from Persona 5, and then they're saying like something about, and it says front from their website. I assume that's meant to say font. So I'm not actually quite sure what they're actually saying here, but it's not impossible that the new character name for the Ghost Girl might be Sophia. I don't know, because people think it's Amy. I'm kind of doubting that it's Amy. I kind of do think that was a mistake. It would be very weird if they chose Amy in particular to be a character. I mean, I guess it could happen, you know. There was that Sonic Rose leak that talked about Sonic and Amy. There's also people saying that the Ghost Girl is going to be La from Sonic Unleashed Night of the Werehog, and I genuinely think that is just never gonna happen. I just think that is so random. Yeah, it's Mars's mascot, but no, I don't think it's gonna be a thing. I know Ian Flynn is writing the story, and he's likely to possibly bring back characters from the older games, but bringing back a character from a comedy short from Sonic Unleashed from 2008 seems like the most random thing I've ever heard, and I genuinely don't think it's going to happen. I completely believe that this new Ghost Girl character is either going to be a pre-existing Sonic character turned into a ghost or something, or it's going to be a new character. It's going to have nothing to do with that. I do have theories on the game. I'll do that in a separate video because I've actually got a lot of interesting things that I've been thinking about for this game, especially since we know how much it is taking inspiration from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which, as I need to point out, I'm not saying that's a negative. It's a negative if they're like following it beat for beat, but doing like the whole open world grassy fields, piano in the trailer, overshot view thing, like that doesn't necessarily mean the game's bad. But once they start like copying story beats like what I mentioned in the last leak with the amnesia thing, that's when I started to have an issue, because I do want the game to have its own identity and not just be a complete ripoff of Breath of the Wild. But again, that's also a video I want to make, because I got a lot of comments telling me that, oh, because it's open world doesn't mean it's a Breath of the Wild ripoff, which is not what I'm saying. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Like I say, I've got a lot of content coming for Sonic Ranges. Oh my god, I just called it Sonic Ranges. Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Ranges is a funnier name. I kind of wish it was called Sonic Ranges. I don't know. Just more satisfying to say. Anyways, I'm rambling on. So, basically, gist of this is either a font or it's the potential name for the Ghost Girl. So, take that with a grain of salt, but something with Sophia. And we know that there's going to be new characters, which I guess is not surprising, but it's good to know. Whether the new characters will be like animals from like Sonic Forces, or it'll be humans, as one of the leaks I think said. A leak I don't really buy, but it did say it. We'll just have to wait and see. But I want to see more. And hopefully Sega, they're just continuing the leaks. So I'm sure there's a leak, and I've been thinking about this ever since the last leak. I'm sure there's a leak out there that literally shows gameplay of the game. I am confident there is a leak out there that has images of gameplay, and it tells us even more about the game, and we just don't know about it. Because the leak I covered the last time was under our noses for years, and we didn't know about it. So I think that's crazy, and kind of exciting, because it's going to be found one day. It's totally going to be found. It's going to be found, and it's going to be hilarious. But yeah, that's everything I've got to say on this. I don't know what else to add. Just interesting stuff. And I'll put the links in the description below. So I'll put the Twitter user, and I'll put like the actual links to the CSS, because they did provide links to that. Thank you very much. But stick around for more Sonic Frontiers stuff as always, and let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. So thank you all for tuning into this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, my dudes.